If anybody is wondering what oils I use lavender, cedar, and then I use another oil called Breathe Easy. It's almost like a peppermint oil. But if anybody was wondering, those are the 2 oils that I used. So good morning. It is 7:39. It is Wednesday morning and I am vlogging today because I haven't been vlogging much. I said I'm gonna vlog today. I am about to lay down, call it a morning. I will be back later and I'm gonna vlog whatever I do today. We have bad weather coming because of Hurricane ETA. I think that's how you say the name of it. Even though it's not gonna hit this part of Florida, it is gonna hit up the coast, but we are gonna get some of the weather, and it has already started, and it's gonna get worse the rest of today and tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't turn around. If you're from Florida, you know that hurricanes can turn around. We have had that happen. If it does, we're really gonna be in trouble, and hopefully the weather doesn't get too bad. We do have tropical storm warnings for my county and hurricane warnings all up the coast of Florida. That's going on. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be back later. I am gonna vlog today. I will see you later. So it is much later, and I did plan on vlogging when I got up. We are surrounded by Tropical Storm ETA, I think that's how you say it. So when I got up after I took my shower, I just wanted to sit and watch the coverage of that and keep an eye on it. I didn't pull out my camera, but it's after 10 p.m. and I'm about to finally eat. I've had the chicken that I am going to cook with some grits. It is so good. I've had it thawing out in the sink for like the last hour, so I am going to put that in the stove, and when it gets like, it's already cooked, but I'm gonna recook and add some season to it. When that gets like halfway done, I'm gonna put my grits in the microwave because they're instant grits, so I can throw them in the microwave, and I'm gonna eat. And I'm probably gonna close this vlog off at that point because it's already after 10 and I don't want this to go until tomorrow. After I recook my food, I will close this vlog off and start editing it and try to get it up for tomorrow. Please keep Florida in your prayers. And even though this is not a hurricane anymore and we've definitely been through worse, you still just never know. These things have a mind of their own. It may not be a hurricane right now, and even if it was a hurricane, it probably will only be a category 1. It doesn't matter. It still can do damage. Somebody has already lost their life. They got electrocuted a few hours ago, so there's already been a casualty. Let's hope there isn't any more. Let's hope that people don't lose their homes, their houses don't get damaged. There are people in the Tampa area, which is about 8 hours from me, don't have power. Thank goodness we still have power. You know, regardless, keep Florida in your prayers, and let's hope that there aren't any more lives lost. Everybody comes out of this intact and with their houses, and everybody's safe. I am going to take you with me while I fix my food, while I put my chicken in the oven, and then when I put the grits in the microwave, I'll let you see the process of me making what I'm making. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna end the vlog. I let the chicken cook for about 10 minutes, or warm should I say, and then I added some seasonings to it. I added some extra water to it, and then I put it back in the oven, and I also added some turkey gravy to it just for more flavor and so it could be a little thicker of a sauce. And I popped it back in the oven, And my grits, I just added some water to them, put them in the microwave, took them out, seasoned them a little bit, add a little bit more water, and put it back in the microwave.
Oh, I certainly remember covering that very well. And then there were water rescues and everything else going on back then. And thankfully, you're right. That's not looking like the kind of situation that you're in. And I was talking to our meteorologist earlier, and they said, you know, ironically, our northern counties like Citrus, they're going to be closer to landfall, but better off. You don't normally think about it like that. So are you feeling, and I know you're not out of the woods yet, you've got extra folks on, but are you sort of feeling like this was probably the best case scenario with this storm?
With a late season storm like this, having the interaction from the high pressure system that's out there on the Atlantic side and some other weather factors, and plus too, just the fact that the tides are lining up real well, I think we've dodged another bullet. I think it's safe to say that. But you know, the one thing that we want to remind everybody in the overnight hours, Holly, is turn around, don't drown. If you get out and you feel like there's flooding going on, please don't get in your vehicle and try and escape. It's too late. And those folks that are in those habitually low-lying areas that see localized flooding when we have king tides and other wind-driven type of events, they know that they have the potential of seeing some localized flooding. So.
Filling up and filling up and filling up, and as we know, some of our bridges and causeways are really close to the water. It looks like to me, though, on our latest gauge in St. Pete, I think we have peaked at about 3.5 feet above the normal tide level. That appears to be about where we're peaking right now. So we are just at high tide, or at least coming up on it. And it appears to be right at about 3.5 feet. So hopefully that's where we'll stop and we won't go any higher. There you can see where the center of circulation is. It is picking up a little bit of speed. It's right about out in here. Okay, there's your center. It's moving like that off to the north-northeast. And you can see how we're still getting that southwest trajectory, unfortunately, coming into the bay, but at least the heaviest of rains are finally starting to shift eastward out of the coastal areas, more like Pasco, inland Hillsborough, inland Manatee, and they are starting to shift north also up into Hernando County. So that's the latest. The gusts, instead of being in the 50s, they have come down into the 40s. At least that's a start. That's a start of something, Holly. I think it will continue to improve over the next few hours. But yeah, it's going to take a while for that water level to come down. It could take multiple hours since we still have that southwesterly wind.
Well, it's a start. We'll take it. All right, Brian, thank you. And hopefully he's right about that. He pointed out he thinks we may have hit the peak in St. Pete. So that's good news considering what we've seen there tonight. Let's go live to our Josh Rojas. He's been following the flooding in Coffee Pot Bayou. And last time we talked with you, Josh, it's pretty fierce. Are you seeing it rise anymore, or you think maybe we've hit the point where it's as high as it's going to get?
No, Holly, these waters are definitely still rising. I'm sitting on a bench here on the sidewalk to give you an idea of just how high the waters are here on Coffee Pot. I mean, I'm expecting to see some fish go swimming by here on the sidewalk. Now, here's the seawall. This is where all the water's coming from. This is Coffee Pot Bayou right here, otherwise known as the Bay. This is bay water right here, easily 4 or 5 inches over the seawall. Just the wind is just pushing this water right over this seawall, onto the sidewalk, and right over here onto Coffee Pot Boulevard. I'm going to walk out into the street just a little bit to show you just how deep it is. Don't want to get too deep. I can feel that water going inside my boot. My boot's almost to my knees. Now, here's the reason I know that the water's going up, Holly. Our cars are parked down 26th Street right there. We've had to move our cars back at least 5 times over the last few hours because the water keeps creeping up from Coffee Pot up 26th Street there.
Crazy.
The good news is that the rain has stopped, so it's not really adding any more water from the sky, but the problem, as you were just saying and Brian was saying, is it's high tide. So the tide's still coming up, these waters are still coming right over the seawall. You can see they're getting closer to these homes. We have luxury homes lining Coffee Pot Boulevard here. And as the water rises, it gets closer to the front doors of those homes. Thankfully, many of them are elevated, newer construction. And take a look at the dock. The dock is completely flooded over here at this house. So still dealing with a very soggy mess here in Coffee Pot Boulevard. We did see a fire truck go down the way a little bit ago. We're also seeing some flashes. I've seen at least 4 or 5 transformers blow in the area. You just see the sky light up, and that's why I asked Brian earlier, any lightning with this storm? It's not lightning we're seeing. Those are transformers blowing. You can hear them pop too. I think I just heard another one. And we also saw some cars that were stalled out on 4th and 38th Avenue because they were driving through water like this and
and this is the finished product, how it looked when I was all done. I did mix it up together while I was eating it. It is so amazing. It's a simple, quick, easy meal, and it's so good. So now I am about to sit down and eat. I am going to end this vlog here. Please continue to keep Florida in your prayers as we are still going through Tropical Storm Eta. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. Like always, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.